Hey everyone, ready for some mind-blowing stuff? We're going deep on Genesis today.
Always a good choice.
Right. So, we're using this source, Hidden Truths of Genesis. It's got 10 facts, things you probably never knew, like we all know Adam and Eve, Noah's Ark.
There's always more to the story.
Exactly.
Yep.
And that's what this deep dive is for. Okay, so fact number 1, work was a blessing.
Before the curse.
Whoa, right, like rewind. Adam's first job was in the Garden of Eden.
Taking care of it. Before anything went wrong.
So work itself wasn't the punishment.
It was stewardship.
Makes you think about hustle culture today, huh?
Totally. It's like, how can we be stewards in our work now?
Good question.
Like, imagine a doctor, right?
Okay.
They're caring for God's creation, but it's the human body.
Makes sense.
Or an artist. They're using their gifts to, I don't know, reflect the world's beauty.
That changes things. It's not just a job then.
Deeper purpose.
I like that. Okay, fact 2, the creation of rest. God didn't need a break, so.
He set an example.
Right. Work and rest, that rhythm. We're not meant to just go, go, go.
You need time to reflect, recharge.
More than just sleep, right?
It's spiritual, too.
That hits me hard. Always on is so easy to fall into these days.
Got to be intentional about it.
Yeah. Rest isn't a luxury, it's
Essential.
word. Okay, fact 3. First, marriage. Man and woman become one flesh. What's that really about?
Well, there's a lot of debate, but
Yeah.
unity, selflessness, shared purpose, these are big themes.
Not just about romance, then.
Right. It's like creating something new together, bigger than just two people.
Any relationship can have that.
Family, friends, spouses.
Makes sense. Got to work on that in all my relationships. Okay, fact 4, buckle up. It's the blame game.
Adam, Eve, the serpent.
Classic. But we all do it, don't we? What's the harm?
Stops us from growing.
Explain that.
You get stuck in victim mode, can't build trust, can't be accountable.
Yikes.
The way out is self-awareness. Honest with ourselves, honest with others.
Deep stuff. But we got to face it. Okay, fact 5 is a tough one. Cain and Abel. First murder. Jealousy.
Unleashed emotions.
Envy, anger. Left unchecked, they can wreck things.
Yeah, it's about learning to manage those feelings before.
Before they manage us.
Exactly. Emotional intelligence, that's the key.
Heavy stuff, right?
Yeah.
But this deep dive is about learning, not judging. Just taking these ancient stories and
Seeing what they say to us today.
rolling this together.
Yeah.
So fact 6 is a brighter one. Noah's faith. Building that ark when?
No rain in sight.
Total trust.
Oh.
Makes you think, have you ever taken a leap of faith like that when it seemed crazy?
Sometimes that leap leads to...
Amazing things you never expected.
Right.
Right. Fact 7, Tower of Babel. Ambition gone wrong. Humanity trying to reach heaven.
And God says, nope.
Confusion of languages, division. It's about pride, right?
Thinking we can do it all ourselves. But real success comes from...
Humility. Working together.
Exactly. We see this everywhere, not just ancient stories. It's so true. All right, fact 8. The power of prayer. We've got Abraham begging God to spare Sodom.
If there are good people left.
It's about standing up for others, even if
They seem beyond saving.
hope, compassion, maybe our prayers, Dio, make a difference.
We're all connected in
Yeah.
ways we might not even realize.
Wow, so much to think about. Okay, we're on a roll. Fact number 9, Joseph. Talk about forgiveness.
Sold into slavery by his own brothers.
But he rises above it, finds purpose in the pain.
Forgives them.
It's not condoning what happened, it's...
Setting yourself free from bitterness, from resentment.
That's hard, but inspiring too. Okay, last one for now. Fact 10. God's covenant with Abraham, countless descendants, but
Abraham and Sarah are old,
it's about God's timing, right? Not ours. Trust and patience.
letting go of control.
That's a good place to stop and think for a bit, don't you think?
Lots to process.
Yeah. We'll be back soon with more Genesis, so stay tuned.
You know, it's incredible how these stories, they're like thousands of years old, but they still speak to us. I know, we just scratched the surface.
Yeah.
And already my mind is blown. Like work and rest, forgiveness.
And the blame game. Those are things we deal with every day, right?
Yeah. And this idea of God's perfect timing, that really stuck with me.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah. Like with Abraham, waiting for his son,
Yeah.
but we see it everywhere, not just the Bible.
It's so easy to get impatient, want things to happen now.
Totally. Like I get frustrated when things don't go my way or I feel stuck, but
But that's part of the plan.
whoa. Okay, yeah. Like for me, it's not a setback. It's
Preparation.
for something bigger.
Exactly. We got to learn patience, I guess.
Makes me think about Joseph again. Like Talk about a rough time, betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery.
But he doesn't just survive.
He thrives and forgives them.
It's like proof that we can overcome anything.
But forgiveness,
Yeah.
that's tough. When someone hurts you that badly.
It's about choosing to let go of the anger, the bitterness.
So it's not about them, it's about you.
Exactly. Freeing yourself.
This is deep, man. But
Yo.
good deep. You know, I'm seeing a pattern here with Noah, Abraham, Joseph. It's all about faith, trust, surrender.
Yeah, like believing in something bigger than yourself, even when...
When you can't see the whole picture. Especially then, I guess.
And the world today, it throws a lot at us, a lot of uncertainty.
For sure. Which brings us back to the Tower of Babel. Ambition, pride.
Thinking we can do it all on our own.
And it backfires spectacularly, like all that division, the communication breakdown.
It's a warning.
Yeah, we see it everywhere today. Politics, families, everything.
What if instead of focusing on our differences,
Focused on what unites us.
what if we collaborated more?
This is a nice thought, but is that even possible with how things are now?
It starts with us, right? One person at a time.
Humility, you said earlier. Putting aside the ego.
And listening. Really listening to each other.
It's a challenge, but worth it, I think.
It's the only way forward, really.
Okay, so Genesis, it's not just these old stories. It's like,
A guidebook for life.
I'm serious. Work, rest, relationships, purpose,
Dealing with the tough stuff. Making sense of the world.
and finding hope, even when things are dark.
It's all there.
You know, all this talk about purpose, it's making me think. What's my purpose? Like, am I living up to it?
That's a question we all got to ask ourselves.
And maybe there's not one big answer.
You
Right?
see, but maybe it's about the small things, too. The everyday choices we make.
Kindness, compassion, helping others.
Leaving the world a little better than we found it.
Man, this deep dive is making my brain work overtime.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, it is. It's like waking up to things I never noticed before.
Genesis is full of surprises.
So, are we ready for more?
Bring it on.
Welcome back. I don't know about you, but my head is spinning with all these Genesis revelations.
It's a lot to take in, for sure.
It is, but it's so good. Okay, one thing I've been thinking about,
Yeah.
like human nature, right?
The good, the bad, and everything in between.
Yeah. From the very first story, Adam and Eve,
Yeah.
we see it. Made in God's image, but...
Capable of messing things up pretty badly.
Exactly. And then Cain and Abel, brothers.
Yeah.
But one kills the other out of jealousy.
It's like this dark side we all have, you know?
But here's the thing. Even with all that darkness, there's also this incredible capacity for good.
Redemption, transformation.
Yeah. Like Noah's faith, Abraham's sacrifice, Joseph forgiving his brothers.
It gives you hope, right? That we can always turn things around.
It does. It's like no matter how far we fall, there's always a way back.
Grace, forgiveness, second chances.
And that's a message we need to hear, especially these days.
When it feels like everything's going wrong.
Yeah. Because it's so easy to get caught up in the negativity, our own flaws, mistakes we make,
But these stories remind us that we're worthy.
that we have so much potential.
And that even the tough times can make us stronger.
I love that. Okay, switching gears a bit. Remember when we talked about Adam tending the garden?
Stewardship, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what does that even mean for us today, like in the 21st century?
Well, I think it starts with the planet. Taking care of the environment.
Sustainability, being mindful of our impact.
Exactly. But it goes beyond that. It's also about our relationships, our communities.
How we use our talents, our time, our resources.
Right. It's about making a positive difference in the world.
Leaving it better than we found it.
And that can be in big ways or small ways.
Being kind, helping others, creating something beautiful.
It all counts. We're not just consumers, we're creators.
We have the power to shape the future.
And it's a pretty amazing thought, isn't it?
It is. It's empowering, you know?
Yeah.
Makes you want to go out and do something good.
That's the whole point. Genesis, it's not just about history. It's about
How to live our lives.
finding purpose, meaning, connection.
Wow. We've covered so much ground in this deep dive, and I feel like we've only just scratched the surface.
There's always more to discover, right?
Always.
Yeah,
I'm definitely going to go back and reread Genesis, like with fresh eyes now.
me too. It's a book that never gets old.
So much wisdom packed into those ancient stories.
Timeless wisdom.
Well said. And I think that's a perfect place to wrap things up.
I agree.
It's been an absolute pleasure exploring the book of Genesis with you, and I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have.
Thanks for having me.
And to all of you listening, thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you've been inspired, challenged, and maybe even a little bit mind blown by the hidden truths we've uncovered together? Keep seeking, keep questioning, and keep exploring. There's a whole world of wisdom out there waiting to be discovered. Until next time, take care.